All right, welcome back to TYT Sports. Kyrie Irving is a Boston Celtic, and Isaiah Thomas is a Cleveland Cavalier. Alongside Isaiah Thomas will be Zizic, Jay Crowder, and the Brooklyn Nets 2018 first-round pick. There is a rapid reaction to this. Twitter is on fire. I was going back and forth with Ricky Strom because we were trying to figure out what was happening, if it was happening, if the deal was done, and we wanted to make sure at all costs that we had the right information going forward. So via Shams Charania, who I do think is important, I believe beat Adrian Wojnarowski to this trade deal. And that's a big thing because there's got to be some competition between the Vertical's big inside trade guy in Shams and Wojnarowski, who's the OG Woj bombs, break the internet with trades, know every draft pick before they're happening type of thing. Celtics are sending Thomas Crowder onto Zizic in Brooklyn's 2018 first-round pick for Kyrie Irving, league sources tell The Vertical. This is as of 4:21 p.m. on August 22nd. There's a lot of takeaways from this, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not giving any kind of breakdown of this because I really need to go back and watch Kyrie versus the Celtics' entire offense. It's the off-season. The Celtics added Gordon Hayward as well, but they're going to boast a powerful attacking squad that did lose two major defensive players. Jay Crowder and Avery Bradley are not Celtics anymore. Those are two of the Celtics' best defenders. So they're loading up on offense to make up for who I believe can be a coached to still be defensively efficient team. Now, as for the Celtics, they needed the pick. They needed the pick because, in my opinion, LeBron is not going to be there next year. I shouldn't say next year, at the end of next year. Next summer will be the LeBron show once again, and wherever he decides to go in free agency. With Kyrie Irving gone, a lot of people are going to say about the Isaiah Thomas thing about the money. The Celtics don't have to pay Isaiah Thomas. They can, if they like what they can get out of him. It's not necessarily anything that's going to handicap him, so it's not a massive contract on their books yet. Jay Crowder, fantastic defender and somebody who's able to score. In terms of Jay Crowder's addition to it, it addresses the 22nd, I believe, ranked defensive efficiency in the NBA. 22nd out of 30 is awful, as you knew. It got exposed, yes, by a super team, Warriors, with Kevin Durant shooting out of his damn mind. I understand that, but still brutally exposed against the Warriors. So, with that being said, the Celtics keeping Brown and Tatum was a must. Giving up, I really think the Cavs should have pushed just a little bit harder for Jaylen Brown to be thrown in with that pick. I think that would have been a deal breaker for Danny Ainge probably, so they wanted to make this happen. But it wasn't surprising to see that Celtics, even myself writing on Twitter how Sam Presti was going to find a way to get Kyrie Irving instead of the Celtics because the mastermind pulled off the Paul George swap instead of the Celtics. Now, I believe that's everything. Isaiah Thomas, we know, can't play defense. He is DerMarr DeRozan's shooting chair. Not to be rude about it. Big fan of Isaiah Thomas. You know I'm pro Isaiah Thomas. I know he was 5th ranked in the MVP voting last year, but there's nothing he can do at 5'9". So he's going to be a major defensive liability. But we know he can score, and we know now that the Celtics, I think they have their window to win the East this year, most likely next year and the year after, depending on how they keep the team together and how this works out. Brad Stevens has all his toys now. It's up to him to see what he can do with his creative genius to really take them to the next step. They got to win the East if they want this to work, and then they're going to have to run into the Golden State Warriors. Most likely, I'm not getting ahead of myself too much, but anybody in that Western Conference in the top 3 or 4 is still probably better than the Boston Celtics. Way more on this tomorrow. Rick's going to be coming with a video at some point next few hours or tomorrow morning with his entire take on it. I'm going to be doing more tomorrow. We'll all be back with Kyrie Irving to the Celtics. A big move, a big day. The offseason continues, and it's been better than Game of Thrones. Yeah, I said it. We'll see you next time.